Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay. So today we have a wonderful topic and a wonderful guest speaker on women health. And before entering into the topic, we will see about our company Seek. And I'm Dr. Usha Yeshwaran. Let me introduce myself. I'm an engineer basically, and I also run a company named Seek, where Seek involves in skill development, career guidance, and academic consultancy. And also, I'm a planning board member at Trivandrum University. And I'm an academician, educationist, entrepreneur, career analyst, professional life coach, motivational speaker, NLP master practitioner, and a YouTuber. And I have around 30 years of experience and addressed more than 20 lakhs of people. And I've trained more than a lakh of students and placed more than 10,000 students and counseled more than a lakh of people. And the services offered by Seek, that is career guidance, academic consultancy, and skill development. And we work with corporates, governmental organizations, BPOs, academic institutions, other training providers who are looking to outsource, event management and related companies, recruitment and placement agencies, and general public, and also groups and individuals. We focus more on employability skill enhancement training because this is what is the need of the hour. Every student is not knowing what is required by the industry, and they take up a course also not by their own choice. They just take because their friends take the course, and thereby the path is not well designed and they do not know where they are traveling. So this is one thing. Once they complete their education, they have a certificate and they feel that this is enough to get a job. But today the scenario is not like that. Even if you don't have a certificate, you will get a job. But if you know the skill to do that job, that is what is a scenario. So we need to think about how you develop and how you prepare yourself to employ yourself. So that is the biggest skill you need to have and possess. And also you need to have a continuous learning attitude. And for educational institutions, the prime motive of Seek is to make the students understand there's a lot of difference between studying and learning. So we teach a lot of scientifically proven learning techniques, which is what is required in the 21st century. And also we do a personalized career guidance. As I said, the students are not knowing their potential and strengths, and they do not know their passion and just follow someone else's passion. They just go with the parents or the relatives or their neighbors or their friends or their classmates or teachers, or they see some TV interviews. Somebody say this is what is the future, then they just go and take that course, but they never think about what will be suitable for them. So
இப்பதான் வந்துச்சு. நான் எப்போ வருதோ அப்பதான் உனக்கு சொல்லுவேன்.
I request the audience to please mute your speaker. And also we have the faculty development programs, because the teachers also should know the 21st century teaching methodologies, especially now on digital medium. And also the life skills, which are very essential to survive happily, and the 21st century skills, gender sensitization, entrepreneurship, public speaking, and interpersonal skills. And also we have services to corporates, because there are a lot of things in the corporates. And I request the participants to please mute your audio. So now those who would like to shape their career, know about themselves, know their personality, know their strength, their interest and potential. At any age, right from 13 years, we do a psychometric assessment and give them a perfect path for their future, where 18 years of investment in their education is going to give them a happy 40 years of life. And there we should not compromise, or we should not do any mistake, and thereby we help all the children and parents to design the same. And you can reach us for any sort of the services which I have mentioned. And also we do a lot of webinars for all the students, faculty, and even for private institutions on their customized topic. So this is my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe the channel for many videos which are related to the current trends, career guidance on each and every technology which is existing and coming. and also a lot of motivational messages are there. Parenting art of parenting is there, and a lot of people do not know how to face adversities. Anything comes, they do not know how to manage. So we are here to help them, and this is what we do here. And next, about our guest, I think we are into the webinar of today, the most awaited webinar, especially for me, because Madam Dr. Sharmila is a very, very good human whom I have ever seen, and she is very close to my heart. And she is an MS OG and FICOG and has a fellowship in reproductive medicine. She is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist and infertility specialist, and she has her own clinic, NSK clinic in Kilkattalai, Chennai. She is one of the most famous and well-known gynecologists in Chennai, with a lot of success stories with her. And she has completed her MBBS in Annamalai University in the year 2007. And she did her MS OG from Sri Balaji Medical College in 2013 and has a fellowship in reproductive medicine from ICOG. And beyond this, I have seen her a unique personality which many doctors don't have, because when you see a doctor's life, they just get attached to the doctor, I mean medication and patients only, clinic only, and they don't have a personal life. But I could see Sharmila madam with an adventurous thought. She really enjoys life and she makes meaning for her own life. And she has a wonderful family, and she is a wonderful mother for 2 kids, and also a traveler. She travels a lot, and she would like to see new things. She's a person who has a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, which gets transferred through a telephone call itself. And she has a wonderful family. She is a wonderful homemaker. She never compromises on any part of her life. She does everything for everyone, and everyone loves her a lot, and her friends just loves her like anything. And I'm very proud to share this picture as she visited our college for our students on a Women's Day. And that was one of the memorable day for me and for her. And let us now welcome the most beautiful, down-to-earth human being, and a very, very passionate, lovely doctor, whom the patients would love to go there. And once they go as a patient, they come out as a very good smiling face with a lot of satisfaction and solution from her. And with this, I would like to welcome you, Dr. Sharmila, to the session.
Yes, thank you so much for the nice introduction, ma'am.
You have any problem with your network, Sharmila?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's a little slow.
My voice is not clear.
Voice is clear, but it is lagging.
Voice is low. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, you can go ahead. Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Sharmila. I have a clinic in Kilkattalai, which is named as NSK Maternity and ENT Clinic. My husband is an ENT surgeon, and I myself am consultant obstetric and gynecologist, and I'm specialized in infertility.
So I would like to first of all know about what are the general problems faced by the teenage girls. What do they generally go to? They don't go to hospitals. They don't tell anybody. That is the main problem with that age.
Usually the mother brings the child to the hospital. Usually mother will be accompanying the kids. So most of the girls who comes to my clinic will come with a problem of irregular periods. They'll miss the periods, or there will be a heavy flow in their menstruation. So like that only girls used to come, and other problem they used to say hair fall, acne, pimples. All these is the main problem why teenagers come to an gynecologist. Otherwise, rest of the problem they'll go to an general physician or other specialty. when they come to particularly to a gynecologist, then it will be more likely to be the problem associated with menstruation.
So why do the pimples come? Every teenager girl doesn't like one thing, that they don't want their face to be spoiled. So why does it come? Is it because of their mental strain, or the healthy routine is not there, food problem is not there, or because of their hormonal changes?
Once they grow from a childhood to an adult, there will be some hormonal changes when they grow. It's a sign of growth once. And other thing, due to hormonal imbalance, when they get into a phase of a teenage or an adulthood, that is a sign for them to become an adult or a teenager. So some hormonal related problem, stress related problem, hygiene related problem also is there.
Okay, so
Food
what do you
habits.
advise? Like, what do you advise the girls how they should eliminate such stress-related mental tensions, and how can they avoid pimples while washing face and all? Like, what care they should take?
Nowadays, people, we think they are started using too much of makeups, all these things, no, that will clog the pores which presence in the face. So whatever they use, they need to remove it properly. They can apply, but they need to remove it properly. So after removing, before going to bed, they need to remove all the makeups or whatever stuffs which is there in their face. They need to cleanse it properly. They need to hydrate themselves. The main bad thing which our youngsters are going through are, one is lack of sleep, which makes them more stressful. All the causes which leads to the problems which leads to them is due to the thing or lack of sleep. They are more towards social medias, and they are more towards friendly towards their cell phones. That is the main reason why they got stressed up, and they are not properly hydrating themselves. The other thing, they are not taking enough nutrition, and the sedentary lifestyles, which are these reasons for all these problems.
So how many glasses of water generally they should?
Usually it should be around 3 to 3.5 liters per day.
కమిషనర్ చెప్పినంట నా చేతిలో లేదు, నా చేతిలో ఉంటే నేను ఏమైనా చేసేదాన్నేమో.
I request the participants to mute their speaker, please. Yes, madam.
It's 3 to 3.5 liters, ma'am.
Per day, 3 to 3.5 liters of
3.5 liters.
water.
Either any other.
Hello, it is not audible, ma'am.
Why it is not audible? Gopi, is it
Can
audible?
you hear me?
Gopi, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. You can speak. Continue the session, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Maybe they have some internet problem.
Not only in liquid water, it can be any form. Either it can be a juice or a tender coconut water. Altogether, it should be 3.5 liters. 3 to 3.5 liters.
And they keep touching their face, pricking the...
Yeah, that's one of the bad habits.
Yeah.
They used to prick and see. They used to take out the pus, that which may lead to scarring of the skin, and that will not heal as soon the other thing will heal. So it needs time, and they need to wash it properly and keep it clean.
Okay.
And they can take some medical help from the dermatologist or a skin specialist who is well versed in that, by rather taking them their own treatment.
Okay. How about this obesity connected to the teenagers?
Yeah. The main issue nowadays teenagers are facing is obesity. What we call it as obesity, when the BMI ratio goes above 30. We say from 25 to 29.9, it is overweight. When it goes above 30, then it is obesity. So how obesity comes is the question first. The eating habit which is going more than the thing which they are burning the calories in their daily habits, that is the cause of obesity. And the common problem regarding obesity is people are very poor eaters. Poor eaters, they tend to do all dieting, all these things. They are poor eater. They tend to neglect all the nutritious food. They have very poor habits of eating. That is the main reason to get obesity.
Okay.
And lack of sleep, as I already.
Yeah. Can you suggest
Yes,
some
ma'am.
routine, the health routine, like from breakfast, lunch, dinner? Can you suggest some food items?
It should be lot of fruits and vegetables, more content of fibers rather than eating all junk foods. It should be more of natural things, fruits, vegetables, lean meat, grains. All these things will help in to produce energy, as well as you get lesser calories and you have more energy.
Okay. And how do this smartphone they use, isn't it? The light that falls on their face. They use in the
No,
night.
that is only impact on their cornea and the vision.
Okay.
If the screen time is more, they tend to lose the concentration and the vision problems. Now, in 2040 or 50, I think every other person will be wearing specs.
True.
Nowadays, when we are in school, we won't use specs. We don't see people wearing specs. Nowadays, LKG students and even pre-KG, I used to see kids with spectacles. That's
See,
the one thing.
Can you tell about the LKG students wearing specs? Is it a problem with the diet of the mother during pregnancy?
Yes, ma'am, that implies.
So, how should they be actually during pregnancy? What are all the care they should take for a healthy baby?
Yeah, it starts before pregnancy itself. For a girl, the nutrition should be before pregnancy itself. The mother should take medications like folic acid. All these things should before planning a pregnancy, the girl should take it at least for 3 months time. She should take folic acid for 3 months time, which is very good for the kid, for the unborn, to prevent neural tube defect, and we call anencephaly, which there won't be a skull for the baby.
Okay.
So all this defect can be prevented before itself, before conception itself. She has to take folic acid 3 months before her conception. Before planning for pregnancy, she has to take. And the nutrition should be balanced in nutrition. It should contain carbohydrate, protein, fat, all these things. Very simple, ma'am. 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of vegetables. That
Okay.
is more than enough for the lunch. So for the breakfast, she can have a fruit and whatever our South Indian style food, anything, 2 idlis, 3 idlis. It should be a divided meal, not in a full junk. It should be a divided meal. Usually we say it should be 2 to 2,500 kilocalories per day. It should be splitted thing. A handful of nuts. All these things will help her. And intermeal snacks. She can have a cucumber or a buttermilk, nuts, all these things. A calm mind, regular exercise.
Okay. Now that lockdown is there for quite some time, all are inside the house, their lack of physical activity. So, how much physical activity is generally required and what they can do in this lockdown period?
Yeah. Usually for weight reduction, we say it should be 150 minutes per week.
Okay.
150 minutes per week. If you want to maintain your weight, it should be 120 minutes per week. Either it can be 30 minutes a day, or you can combine the thing and you can do it in 1 or 2 days. But ideally, it should be every day. It should be 30 to 45 minutes. Anything which they do should be very brisk. If they are selecting to do a walking in the terrace, then it should be a brisk walking, not a slow walking. It should be a brisk walking. What I'll tell my patient, you should hear your heartbeat while walking.
Oh, okay.
So there should be initial rise of heartbeat, at least 10 beats from the normal beat, which will activate the metabolism, and there will be, you can see the weight reduction, and you can see the benefits of even a 5% of weight reduction have so much of health benefits.
Very good. What do you follow at home, and what do you make your children follow?
I make my girls to do skipping. Since they are very small, I make them to do skipping. My older one will do around 500 skipping per day.
Okay, that is
And they used to walk along with me in the terrace.
okay. Even if if they have a single bedroom house, physical activity of skipping 100 times or 200 times per day
Times makes them
throughout the day also is okay.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
instead of
teenagers can do.
yeah, sitting and
I
watching.
think TV, more than that, every house has a staircase. They can go up and down, or for down to up, they can do the staircase exercise for 20 times is more than enough actually.
Okay, because now the food habits have changed, eating time has changed, waking up time has changed, sleeping time has changed. We are all we have gone to the foreign time zone now. Actually, nobody sleeps early. Everybody is sleeping late night, watching TV and watching movies on Prime or something. And a lot of emotional content is there in the movies also. Whatever they see, so a lot of depression, not only in the movie but also what is happening in the TV news and all. So, what will happen to the pregnant ladies in this situation? Like how they should safeguard?
Yeah, usually we say pregnant women to be calm. So whatever you think, whatever you do, that will affect the baby. As we see all the historical thing, no, Abhimanyu used to listen what her mother used to hear. The same thing, the baby from the womb, it start listening to the mother. The mindset of the mother will usually affect the baby health. That's why we see overreactive, over hyperreactive kids nowadays. Before, we don't used to have hyperreactive kids, or because of all these television serials, all these things break the mind and the heart of the mother who is on the TV, and the social things which is happening around. Always we say the mother to keep her calm and quiet, listen to beautiful music, and listen to all the prayers. All these things will help them to keep them calm and composed. And we encourage the mother to do meditation, exercise, all these things. In my clinic, I used to do exercise with the pregnant mother. I used to do and show her, these are the things you have to do.
Okay. You might have seen the movie of Surya, no? Maybe I think Pasanga 2 or something.
Yeah.
That he says how the mother should be during pregnancy. Is it all
Yeah,
fact?
that's true actually. Yeah, that's true actually.
Okay. So I was wondering how come so much of planning can the couple do?
So nowadays we can't plan anything, madam. It is very busy world. We need to do our routine thing and we need to follow all these things. But little planning for ourselves actually help the kids also. Even after when we grow also, to overcome anxiety or depression, we should follow certain things. We should avoid caffeine. We should avoid alcohol. And we should write out things. When we are emotionally depressed or when we have anxiety, take a paper and write and find out what is the cause of the depression. That will be a main relieving factor for the mother or anyone who has depression or anxiety. Or if you are very fond of fragrance, use that fragrance. Keep calm and quiet, sit alone for some time, spend time for yourself. So have a nice bath. If you like in a hot bath, you can have nice hot bath. Be away from the social media for some times. Speak to your friends, speak to your family members, spend some time, so that will help to come over all these anxiety, depression, whatever things we have. No, these are the things, small tips. So drink lot of water, hydrate yourself, sleep for a time. All these things helps them actually.
Very nice, very nicely said. You're also more than a doctor. You're talking to the students like a counselor, because all these things are happening for the children. They don't eat breakfast. I've seen lot of hospital students. skipping breakfast, at least at
No,
home, mother will tell them, insist them to at least drink some milk or something. In hostel, the students have to go to canteen and eat, so they get up late and they just rush to the classes without eating. So that is
never skip your breakfast. That is the key word. Never skip your breakfast. Eat like a king in the breakfast, and you starve in the night also. That's okay, but your breakfast should not be skipped. The major problem which comes for obesity, all these things are due to skipping of breakfast. All these things.
And also, I would like to have heard a video by Madhavan regarding how you should chew and eat. Like when you take the solids, it should become like a liquid, no, before you swallow.
No, that once you start chewing, the salivary glands used to secrete. So that once it secretes, that will help for your digestion also.
So how do we chew that liquid? If we are drinking some water or something, how can we develop saliva for
No, that's why we say take a small break in between, spend time for yourself.
And some
So
say
getting
that
up,
we should not drink water immediately after eating. Is it true?
that's not true.
We can have a little bit of water.
Yeah. If
And
you get
walking-
choked, what will you do? You have to take water.
How about walking? Like immediately after food, you're not supposed to walk.
No.
What is the reason?
Why we say means after eating food or doing any physical activity or anything else, when we do physical activity, immediately the blood gushes to the heart. The same way when you eat food, that blood circulation will go more towards your stomach rather than your brain.
Okay.
So when you feel the fatigue,
And
that is the reason.
why do we get sleep after eating?
That's what, when we start after eating, the blood supply starts going to the stomach rather than going to your brain.
It doesn't activate the brain, so you
Yeah.
feel happy. Okay, that's wonderful. And let us come back to your gynec questions.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what is the difference between normal periods and irregular periods?
Yeah. First, we need to know what is normal periods. Anything in between 21 days to 35 days is a normal period. It should be 3 to 5 days flow, 30 ml per day. That is the normal periods. Anything below 21 days from your last periods and above 35 days, then it is called irregular period. It states that not only the periods but also the flow. If you have a flow of more than 7 days, history of passing clots, then it is an irregular period. So you need to take a medical.
When they should reach for medical help?
Yeah, if you have a bleeding more than 7 days, when it goes about 10 days, then you should seek a medical attention. And if the periods is less than 21 days in a month, then you should see a doctor. Or if you skip your periods more than 2 months, 3 months, then that is also called as irregular periods.
So many girls in the teenage, they just don't communicate about these problems to the parents.
Yeah, only mother used to nag them and find out. These girls never open them. Even in the clinic, when we ask question also, these girls never open their mouth. I usually send the mother, then only I'll ask them. Even that thing also, some girls will not open their mouth. They think it is a taboo. First we have to take it from their mind. It is not a taboo. It's a natural thing. It's a physiological thing which is going through the body.
So what sort of investigations are done if some patient comes to you with irregular periods?
Yeah, we'll check their weight, their blood counts will be checked, thyroid profile will be checked, and some will be ordered for hormonal assay, and a general ultrasound pelvis will be taken. And if there is any finding, then that will be treated according to that. But main reason for all these things comes regarding with the weight. Usually patient used to say, I am putting weight so that I'm not getting my periods. No, I'm not getting my period so that I'm putting weight.
Okay.
Rather than putting weight and you're not getting your periods.
Okay.
So physical activity, we have a very sedentary lifestyle, which we mostly spend in the college or school or in front of the TV more than having a physical activity. Rather, we travel a lot, but we have a very comfortable zone for travel. We used to take car or bus or any two-wheelers, all these things. There is no physical activities, there is no active metabolism, so that it is difficult for the metabolism to build up in the body, and you tend to get all sort of these things. So minimum exercise of 30 minutes per day will do wonders in your life actually.
So can I know something about the thyroid? Is it related to food, or it's how?
It is not related to the food. It is genetic and hereditary and the lifestyle which we have, that is may have the major impact on thyroid hormones.
Okay.
All comes again
How
the
does it
same
affect?
spiral.
Because thyroid will also affect the pregnancy, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, conception. Even in the conception, we need to have a note on thyroid. If you have a hyperthyroid or hypothyroid, that states the health well-being of the baby. So we need to correct it before pregnancy, and once we correct the pregnancy, the infertility also will goes, and the
Yeah.
patients continue.
Fertility is the biggest talk. Many. Why does it has it increased? Don't you think now it is more?
Yes, ma'am. I think before for an obstetrician or a gynecologist doing delivery, 1 second, ma'am. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can go.
Yeah. Before, for an obstetrician, doing delivery will be the breadwinner. Nowadays, seeing infertility patient has become as a breadwinner for the gynecologist or obstetrician. So many centers has arrived, so many cases has been there. We are seeing day-to-day life. We are seeing so many girls, even 21 years old or a 25-year-old are being invented. So it's all because of the sedentary lifestyle.
Ma'am, is your audio muted?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So nowadays we started seeing so many infertility centers. That is because of our lifestyle modification. We are more dependent towards each other, and there is no lack of there is no physical activity. All turns towards prepared items. There is no healthy eating habit or healthy lifestyles. Most of the time we spend in systems and all these things. No, these are the things which make our things worsen day to day. So main thing is obesity, lifestyle modification will help people to come over all these things.
Okay. So, can we go to the menopause problems?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, when does this happen for a woman? Generally, when it starts?
The ideal age is from 48 to 52. You can expect menopause. So the period which is before that, so some can have it from 46 years, which we call as perimenopausal period. So that is the period where you get all the symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, you tend to put weight, emotional stress, all these things, because physically you will be people will be having all this strain. They may have excessive bleeding or excessive pain, all these things. That periods will be irregular, all emotional factors, everything will be there before when they go into menopause, which we call as perimenopausal period. That is the period which they'll think of all these things. They tend to feel it as a taboo, or they'll be physically and emotionally they'll be low, and they that time only everyone should have an emotional and the family support to the women, so which will help them to overcome all these things, because symptoms and signs can only be taken over by the patients, but the emotional support can be given from the family side.
Does thyroid vary during the menopause time?
Sometimes it may go high, ma'am, because you have all the withdrawal of your hormones, estrogen, progesterone, everything. There will be withdrawal of hormones from the body. That by an impact that goes thyroid level also can go high up.
So the students who are watching should take care of their mothers at
Yeah.
that time. You have to support them emotionally without giving additional tension and stress, because
Yeah, sharing some amount of mother's work will help them, relieve them lot. Actually, always they should remember it is a natural process, a natural part of the women life. Now we are seeing our mother, later we are going to face all these things. So now we need to give them the support so that we will think that our children will support us.
Yeah, and the children should understand that that is the age when the mother will also be worried more about the girl to get married.
Yeah.
So that is the age, even the additional tension will come. They will keep on repeating certain things to the children, and children should understand why the mother is behaving like that at that age.
Yeah, the mother will have mood swings, emotional problems, decrease depression, fatigue, sleep determinants. All these things will be there in the mothers. They should sit and talk. They should give them an emotional and then backup support to the mother. That will help the mother to overcome this situation. All perimenopausal symptoms will go once they reach the menopause.
Yeah, that's what. And what else do you think would be a problem for women? And what about the breast related verification which is to be done?
Yeah, nowadays we see lot of breast cancer cases, all these things. Whatever it is, when we find it early, it is very easy to treat actually. So what I usually suggest all my patients, do a regular breast examination. Choose a day between your periods. So from example, you can choose a day of 8th day or 9th day, so that your breast will not be tender. So you can choose a day, you can stand in front of the mirror, try to find out changes which is normal first, then, so that if you have the regular habit of having self examination, you can find your abnormalities as soon as earlier, so that it can be treated earlier. So the one thing which you can grasp earlier is, one is the breast cancer and other one is the cervical cancer.
So what is
which can be
cervical
treated.
cancer?
So the lowermost part of the uterus is called as cervix. So the cancer, screening method, only it can be done after marriage, or once the lady goes into for an active reproductive age group, then we can do the screening procedure. So it can be detected early and it can be treated early without any surgery or all these things. So cervical cancer, the survival rate is more, and as well as when we detect breast cancer early, the survival rate is more.
What are the symptoms? How will they know? Like, unless or other, which age it can be expected?
Which one, ma'am? Cervical or breast cancer?
Breast cancer, or for women generally the cancer part.
No, nowadays we see in much earlier groups also. So that's what I say, start examining yourself. Do breast examination yourself. Ask your doctor or ask your friend or mother how to examine your breast by yourself. So keep a day every month. So put a calendar or put a reminder. Examine your breast so that if it is a minute lump, you can pick it up very early, rather than it is not a shy thing or anything. If you detect it early, then it can be reversed or treated. We can treat it completely. So only the later stages of cancer we can't treat it. So early stage of cancer we can detect and treat it. So women who are more than 30 years, they can have yearly breast examination. So less than 30 years, they can have self-examination.
So what are all the different regular tests the women should start doing after 30 or 35 years?
Yeah. We used to ask them for pap smear to detect screen cervical cancer. And we have vaccine for cervical cancer, which can be given at the age of 13.
Oh,
So once it should be given at the age of 13, because in abroad or all these countries, they go into reproductive age group or sexually active by 14 or 15. So the criteria has come down to 13, so that we have vaccines. It will be 1, 0, 1 and 6 months course, and they should take rubella vaccine to prevent cervical cancer.
okay.
So after 30 years, every year, the woman has asked, once she has gone into her reproductive thing, then she has to go for a cervical screening every year for 5 years. If the 5 screening test comes negative, then once in 5 years, she can go ahead for screening.
And other than that, I think the mammogram is not generally
Once you
applied.
are symptomatic, once you are symptomatic, or once you find a lump in your breast, then we'll advise for mammogram. Otherwise, routine mammogram is not required for everyone.
Okay.
Once you have symptoms, or once you have a family history of breast cancer or any other cancer in the family, then they are asked to do a mammogram.
So many of the homemakers, with the lack of physical exercise and lack of importance they put in to improve themselves, take care of their own health. Many homemakers are increasing in their weight compared to what they were before marriage. That is one very symptomatic thing which we see, so I request all the girls who are watching, the teenagers, and take care of your mom and see if their weight is, increasing, overweight, or any other symptoms which they don't share. Generally, the women of any home, they don't share with their husband or children. They just try to manage and see, no, it will be okay, I can manage. So that sort of attitude should be changed, because they reach the doctor only at the later stage. So have you seen any case where you feel that they should have come little earlier?
No, I have not seen, since I'm very more towards gynec and infertility. I have not seen like that such cases. But usually we say everything, if it is early, then we can treat it early. So we should have a watch on the kids, as well as the kids should have watch on their mother's health also. Usually the ladies who are at home, no, they'll feed everyone in the home. They'll feed everyone in the home. They'll give everything to their kids and their husband and in-laws, everything. They tend to eat very poor, and they tend to eat very less nutritious things. They should think of themselves also. If the women is healthy at home, everyone will be healthy. That's the main thing, and that's the take home message also.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself first before taking care of others. So the nutrition should be given equally to everyone in the home, not only to the kids or to the husband. It should be taken for the women also, so that only women are facing back pain or osteoarthritis, all these things, knee pain, everything, lack of nutrition, lack of healthy food.
So now the students and maybe the men who are there as participants today should make a habit from today at least, because the women will ask everybody whether they had food, whether they are happy. She will take care of everybody. So at least from today, the students and the men of the house ask once whether she had food. She is healthy, whether she's comfortable. So that word itself means a lot for the women in the.
Yeah.
That should be made as a habit. And also, before taking the questions from the participants, I want you to tell me some challenging deliveries and infertility patients whom you have dealt, which gave you a lot of happiness that yes, you have done something. in your profession?
Yeah, the very first case in my practice when I finished my PG, and she was 108 kg. She was a dentist who came to me, and we delivered her through cesarean section, and our uterus didn't contract at all. It was a very flabby uterus, which took around 3 to 4 hours to settle that patient, and she went happily with a girl baby of 2.5 kg. She was 108, 118 kg, 118 kg, and the baby was 2.5 kg. We delivered her through an LSCS. And one more case where I delivered the baby where the uterus was full of fibroid. Well, I need to remove a fibroid to take out the baby. That was one of the challenging case. And recently other case which I delivered, after delivering the baby, I could see something coming out of the uterus like a ball. So there was a fibroid which was there in the lower segment, posterior side, the other side of the uterus. After delivering the baby, it was coming like a flower from inside the uterus. So usually we don't combine surgery with the LSCS because the uterus will be very fragile and there will be more blood supply to the uterus. So that was very challenging for us to take out the fibroid along with the baby. So that was very interesting case that she came to me for termination of pregnancy since her first child was mentally challenged. So she said that she don't want the pregnancy. So I started, she was 38 years old, and that was her second kid, and I convinced her, sitting with her, talking with her, this baby will be fine, don't worry, I'll take care. And that was one of the amazing case which I delivered recently.
Okay. So really we all see doctors as God, and especially as gynecists, you know, like the mother is also reborn after a pregnancy. I feel when we all celebrate our birthdays, I feel even we should celebrate the birthday for our mother on our birthday.
So
And
usually till delivery, the girl will be seen by everyone. In-laws will take care, and the husband will take care, mother will take. Once the baby is born, everything cares goes to the baby only, not to the mother who is delivered. I usually say the way which the husband has brought up, like that only the girl would have been brought up. That is new for her also. With motherhood is also new for her. She is not trained to take up challenges, or she is not trained to handle a child before. That will be new to her. So what I suggest, no, those husband and wife should take care equally to bring up the child from the day one.
in foreign countries, even husband is allowed to see the delivery, isn't
no,
it?
nowadays we are allowing husband in normal delivery cases. I
really?
used to call the husband and ask them to make them to stand on the head side of the mother.
No,
Let them see what the mother has going through all the time during the time of labor. That will help them for more emotional and emotional bonding between the husband and wife.
Yes.
So I usually make them to stand inside the labor.
So wonderful, Dr. Sharmila. I think now we can take the questions from the audience.
Yes,
one by one, the questions can be, you can disable your speaker without any clash and ask her the questions. Harikala has raised the hand. Sujata Satish.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Go on.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. It's a wonderful session, ma'am. We have got a lot of information how the human health and how we have to take care of ourselves. Myself, I'm 38 years old actually. Like it's my personal issue, I can say. In these days before periods, I'm getting the pain in my breast. Is there any symptom for the this condition?
So it is before the periods or after the periods, ma?
Like before periods only, ma'am.
That is absolutely normal. You have a hormone imbalance. That why you might have the tenderness. Just have once breast examination by any of the gynecologists and find out whether there is any pathological clauses there. Otherwise, it is
Okay.
absolutely fine. Hydrate yourself. Good nutrition will help you to get over it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question. Like as you said,
Yes.
like cervical cancer,
Hmm.
how we can recognize, ma'am? Like, is there any like self-examination procedure is there in that?
No, self-examination is not possible for cervical cancer. You can self-examination for breast, but
Breast
you
only, yeah.
breast only. But for
Yeah.
cervical cancer, you need to visit the gynecologist yearly once to do a pap smear, which helps you
Okay.
to rule out cervical cancer as early as possible.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm taking one more question, please. Don't mind.
Ye-
As you said, there is a vaccine for cervical cancer. But
Yes.
like myself, I'm well educated. I'm pursuing my PhD, but I don't know that there is a vaccine is available. How we
Yes, it
can
is.
know actually?
It is available long back, but there is lack of awareness regarding this
Yeah.
vaccine. Yeah, you need to do your pap smear test when you are married, and you can do a pap smear test. If it comes negative, then you can go ahead with your vaccination. Otherwise, it
Okay.
can be given from the age of 13. Before you enter into a sexual relationship, it can be taken.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Thank
3-dose
you, ma'am.
vaccination, a zero
Okay.
dose after 1 month from the zero dose, and the last dose will be after 6 months.
Ma'am, like it is available anywhere, like some specific.
Everywhere it is available, ma. It comes in the name of Cervarix.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
finally, one more question, please. Don't
Yes,
mind.
ma.
Like, in your experience, like, have you gone through that? After delivery, usually uterus must be get back to its own position.
Yes.
But is there any case that after delivery also that the uterus
Yeah,
will
we
be
have
bulky
seen
type?
lots of cases where uterus doesn't contract after delivery, which we will
Yeah.
call postpartum hemorrhage or postpartum atony. So they have, during delivery we use some of the medicine to make the uterus to normal size, or if doesn't, we have surgical procedure to correct it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you for very informative session, ma'am. Thank you, Ella.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, Sujata. Next, anybody? You please unmute your mic and you can ask. Somebody has asked, can you suggest some remedies to remove dark circles? Sleep early, drink lot of water.
Lot of water. Keep yourself hydrated. Have healthy food.
Yeah, they need to, what to say, like,
Keep away from phones and TV.
Screens. Screens
You
are,
have all commercial creams in the market. I don't think that all things will help you. You can actually go to an cosmetologist where you get better results than going to parlor or all these things.
I think somebody is your friend, Dr. Pranita.
Yeah.
She can also
Hi, Pranita ka.
talk. Ma'am, you can talk.
You unmute your mic, Pranita ka. Pranita.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Unmute your mic.
Yeah,
Unmute.
I have unmuted.
Again, she has muted her mic.
Yeah. Now you can talk, ma'am.
No, she has again unmuted it. She's from Coimbatore.
Acha, very good. Ma'am, you can talk now. Pranita, madam, Dr. Pranita.
Yes, speaking. Nice session. Nice hearing you after a very long time. Very good, informative.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
She is an angel, madam. For me, Dr. Sharmila is angel.
Again, she is
Again
unmuted.
unmuted. Muted. Any audience, any participants, please ask your doubts, girls. Anybody would like to ask any doubt to her?
Someone has asked, I had a PCOD problem, please give me. Yes, PCOD is one of the common problem in ladies. So if we scan for a 10, it's a scan finding, and with biochemical markers, we label it as PCOD. It is nothing but small cysts like thing which is seen in the ovaries, not in the uterus. It is seen in the ovaries. So how we say simply, if we have so many things inside the room, you will not able to put another new thing inside the room. The same way your ovary will behave, there will be small cyst inside your ovary, which will not allow a new follicles to grow, which leads to irregular periods and again obesity, hormonal imbalance, all these things. The main key for PCOS is weight reduction, weight reduction, weight reduction. So I'm telling it repeatedly because weight reduction, even 5 kgs of weight reduction has so much of medical benefits in the body. So start doing regular physical exercise, target your weight reduction. The role which you physical exercise or the dieting plan which you take up should have a goal that you should not gain weight further. Main thing, first thing should be you should not gain weight further. The second thing should be you should reduce weight at least 10 to 20 percentage. That should be the goal so that you can achieve so many medical benefits. So you cannot reach your ideal BMI if you are overweight or obese. So try to reduce your weight by 10 to 15 percentage initially. Initially there will be weight loss. That doesn't mean that you're going to reduce further. So initially there will be weight loss that indicates only the fluid loss from the body. So the weight loss should be sustainable and it should be maintained. So the weight loss should be in that way, so that choose your diet regarding that which consists of low energy density food, which has low calories. So like fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, lean meats, all these have low energy density. So you can take larger amount of these food and you can avoid eating high density food like egg yolk, nuts, fast foods. All these things have high density which has more calories. That thing only helps you to put on weight. So if you have irregular periods along with PCOS, consult your gynecologist or an obstetrician who is nearby. They'll give you some multivitamin tablets or they'll check your sugar levels, because once you are PCOS at this age, there are recent studies which say that the girl who is going to bear a girl baby can have PCOS in later part of their life. So you need to take care of your health right now so that you can have a healthy generation later. So weight reduction and complete course of treatment should be taken. So initially it takes 3 to 6 months. Regularly you should need to visit your doctor. Regular exercise activates your metabolism and this PC will go as magic.
Pain sign of breast cancer. If you have some pain in the breast, is it a sign of?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. And
Madam?
Yes, please.
Madam, every lump in the breast leads to breast cancer?
Every lump does not lead to breast cancer, but every lump has to be examined.
Malicious and They have two varieties, no? Some are
Yeah,
cancerous, some are not.
yeah, some are benign, so that cannot have cancerous property. Some lesion has cancerous property. We need to differentiate that which is cancer and which is non-cancerous lesion, and that has to be treated accordingly.
Thank you.
Someone has asked, I didn't get my periods for 2 months. What might be the problem?
It could be stress, it could be hormonal related, it could be thyroid, or it could be pregnancy, or it could be stress related, or your regular periods will be once in 2 months, so it has to be checked.
Okay. Is there any food diet related for regular periods?
So take a nutritious, healthy food, what I have told before.
Iron
regular
deficiency should not be there, right?
Yeah, iron deficiency is one of the main cause, but during iron deficiency you will have lesser amount of bleeding rather than irregular period.
Okay. Madam, I do exercise, though there is a difference in the appearance as becoming lean, but the weight is not decreasing. What to do?
Initially there will be only water loss, so the exercise has to be regular to increase your muscle masses. So you need to do specific workouts that will have brings you shape.
Okay.
And there will be initial weight loss will be only the water loss. Once you maintain your exercise and all the dieting, everything, then there will be results.
Okay. Anybody else?
I've seen some questions.
Anybody, any question, please ask.
Yeah, someone has asked if laparoscopy is possible to PCOS. Yes, it is possible, but PCOS is a recurrent condition. If what is the purpose for laparoscopy, we need to find if you are treating for infertility and that is the only concern, then we can go for laparoscopy.
What is this ADHD, ma'am?
Which one, ma'am?
ADHD for children.
That is hyperactive disorder. I don't know much about that thing, but it is a hyperactive disorder that they need more concentration from their parents, and they need to, it is not an abnormal thing, but we need to find out and we need to treat it.
Now, is that related to the mother during pregnancy, or it?
Yes.
Yes.
They say some relation between the mother and some questions.
Any other question?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
I am Dharani from Tirupati. Ma'am, is that PCOD is making the pregnancy deficiency in pregnancy, ma'am? Getting pregnancy, ma'am?
Yeah, if there is what I have told you before, if you have lot of things inside a room, you can't bring a new thing. So like that, PCOS have small cysts inside the ovary, so there won't be enough space for a new follicle to develop to produce a healthy follicle or a healthy ovum, which leads to infertility.
Okay. What is what way we can do, ma'am, to get pregnancy?
Yeah. Yes. One is weight reduction. 5% of your weight reduction will help in 10% of regaining your infertility, and it should be checked whether only the PCOS is the problem. Other things has to be ruled out, like uterine factor, tubal factor, and the partner's count should be taken into account.
Okay. Okay. One more question, ma'am. So, is the arthritis? What kind of exercises we have to do for arthritis, ma'am? So I'm suffering from arthritis. So my age is 34. So what kind of exercises I have to do, and I need to reduce somewhat weight. Weight I need to reduce. 74 I have. weight.
Okay.
So in what way I can do exercise and what kind of
You
diet
need
I
to
have to follow?
stretch. You need to do stretches and you need to strengthen all your muscles. So you can have a brisk walking, or you can do all the stretches, flexible exercise which you can do that will relieve your arthritis. Daily advise a brisk walking.
Okay. What kind of diet I should follow, ma'am?
As diet is a simple general rule for everyone. It should be safe, effective, long term maintenance diet which should contain all nutrition. It should doesn't not lack in any vitamin deficiency. The diet should be highly nutritious, which you eat more, low energy density, few, it should have few calories. The other thing should which you eat less is high density energy, which has high fat and simple sugars like red meat, egg yolk, fried foods, fatty sugar foods, that you should have little amount, and the amount which you have to take more should be of fewer calories like fruits, lean meats, fish, grains, beans, vegetables, fruits. All these things you should have it in a better quality.
Ma'am, one more question. Is
Yes.
that red meat and non-veg makes the arthritis more, ma'am? Is that true? I heard the information like this. Is can if we eat non-veg like means chicken, mutton like that, we will
No,
get arthritis?
that has only proteins. Red meat has proteins and fat, which is not good for your health. Even if you want to lose your weight, they have uh, various new regimes and new diet protocol like keto diet, which has only fat and proteins, and some diet paleo, which has only protein. Long term you cannot stick on to a diet protocol. So these things should be taken little. So these things has a higher density food which worsen the condition further, so you tend to put on weight, so that will worsen your thing. Hello.
Thank you so much for informative. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Somebody has given, I worked out continuously for 8 hours for past 4 months and reduced my hip size to 38. Since I lost my mom last month, I didn't do exercise for 1 month, but I gained the weight more than the initial stage.
No, what is that? What I have told, the initial weight loss will be the water loss, not the muscle loss. So that is the reason why you start putting weight once you leave your exercise, all these things. It should be steady, moderate, and it should be lost longer and regular. What we suggest, it should be done preferably 7 days in a week.
Yes. Yeah.
So it can be a simple bicycling, walking, jogging, climbing stairs, swimming, 10 minutes break up in between each session. A slow, gradual progress exercise will avoid injuries or stress, fatigability, soreness to the muscles, all these things. But you will get good results when you do it regularly.
Will there be a hair loss if your body heat is more?
Ma'am, there is no medical entity called body heat.
Okay.
If it heat, then it is fever.
Oh, okay.
If there is no entity called, no medical book says that there is body heat. It's always a myth that body tend to heat up. If body tend to heat up, then you have temperature.
Acha. No, you
That's
get some
because
heat boils, no, in the faces. What does that mean?
That is because of the clocks, some dust particles which goes inside your hair follicles. That is the thing. Folliculitis. It is not heat boil, it's folliculitis.
Then what is that dandruff and hair fall? They say it is because your scalp getting heated up or head getting heated up.
Dandruff is big. Dandruff is caused by fungus.
Okay.
It's a fungus. So that is because of your pollution and the cleansing. We used to clean our face, everything. Like our skin, hair is also the external part which need to be cleaned properly.
Okay.
The secretion which oily secretion which comes out of the skin, that is the reason for getting acne or boils, follicles, all these things. When the follicles gets blocked, then you will get all these things. There is no entity called body heat.
Okay. When you take steaming, does it open the pores? And what should we do after steaming?
Then you need to wash your face with cold water and ice cold water.
So
That will close your thing.
Again it
closes that thing.
Okay, okay. So a lot of things we do not know and we are doing. And any other questions?
I see some questions in the chat box, ma'am. Let me
Yeah.
have a
In
look.
chat box only I'm reading. Yeah.
Yeah. How can we prevent hair fall?
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Take enough liquids, check your hemoglobin, and eat lot of green leafy vegetables. Is hair bath daily necessary? Not necessary, as we have all these things. Once, thrice a week is enough, I think.
So without even going out, a person says like the hair fall is more. Because
that is because of stress and his lifestyle modification, lifestyle habit, which leads to hair fall. Usually we'll have 100 hair fall daily, ma'am. That is normal actually.
Okay. See, we have shared the YouTube link in which you can do the registration for the next sessions. Even there in the description box, we have pasted the feedback link. Participants, go to the YouTube link and register for the future sessions, and also click the feedback form and give your feedback. The link will be there till 6:30. How to remove dark spot or pimple mark on lips and cheeks?
That is out of my syllabus actually. Nowadays we have good cosmetologists who will help to do all these things, rather than going to an unprofessional and making things further worsen. You can contact a cosmetologist who can help you more.
Yeah. And I have a personal doubt, like when we use shampoos or any chemical we apply on the face or something, like there is a possibility that it may enter through the pores inside us, isn't it?
Not.
Don't you think so?
No, doesn't go.
Will it be cancerous? Because there are a lot of things, the sulfate and all, they use in the shampoo.
But we use lot of chemicals actually, but it doesn't go inside.
The pores.
Once we wash, it will come.
Achha.
Once we wash, it will come. Oh, someone has asked which kind of sanitary napkin. Use a cotton, which has cotton thing, and whatever you use it only for 4 hours per day. Change it every 4 hours. That's it.
So any other question? We have given the YouTube link. Madam, can we use treadmill to decrease the weight and to avoid PCOD problems? Or what extent it will help us? Any side effects?
If you are not able to go out for walking, use a treadmill to walk. That's it.
So, to my knowledge, whatever you do, it should be continuous. Do
continuous.
it for 10 days, and if you leave it again, you will gain weight.
It will, yeah.
Whichever you can follow for lifelong, to some extent possible within your ability and reach, I think that is the better way.
Make it as a routine. At least perform 20 to 30 minutes per day.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharmila. I think we have done.
It was wonderful session sharing with you, ma'am.
Yeah, seeing you itself is transforming your energy to me, and all the participants.
Thank you so much.
Got their energy. Yes.
Ma'am, send me the feedback link, ma'am.
Yes,
Once
we
I
have forwarded the YouTube link. You have to go there and register for.
I didn't get the YouTube link, ma'am.
Yeah, we will share it now. We have already shared.
Okay.
We'll do it now. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming today, and you have spent a lot of time with us. And during the COVID, all doctors have so much of responsibility, and you will be a lot of. I mean, you will have a lot of work to do with the public, and you have spent a lot of time with us for the benefit of the students and the participants. I think they have also mentioned here that the session was very good and a lot of insightful information you have given, and everybody is happy. That is what we would also like to get from the session. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Sharmila.
you.
I think after
Thank you, ma'am.
after everything gets over, I would like to meet you in person also.
Yeah, sure. We'll have a meetup, ma'am.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So God bless you. And
Thank you so much.
Many people are waiting for your service, and you can mention your clinic name once again.
Yeah, my clinic is NSK ENT and Maternity Clinic, which is there in Kilkatlai, which is opposite to Kilkatlai bus terminals, just next to Reliance Digital building. It's NSK ENT and Maternity Clinic.
Any phone number for contact can you give?
So my phone number only, ma'am, 9790818186.
Yeah, 9790. Okay, but yours means they cannot disturb you, no? They cannot call you any.
No, only I give my number, ma'am, without much confusion. I can directly handle them.
Okay, 9790
81 8186.
9790818186.
NSK Clinic.
NSK Clinic, yeah. So
101 Medavakam Main Road, Kilkatlai.
101 Medavakam Main Road, Kilkatlai. Yeah. So thank you so much, Dr. Sharmila, for your wonderful time, and may God bless you and your family, because without their support, you will not be able to extend the services to the public.
Yes.
Even your husband is a ENT specialist.
Yeah.
So both of you are like-minded, because you are not totally attached to the profession, and you are not leaving behind your children. You are taking care of your family and your personal life. That is wonderful. That many don't do. They get totally to the profession.
Yeah, we need some kind of relaxation, and we need to be out of what we are doing for a while. That helps us. We need to share our time with the kids and the family. And there are so many beautiful things outside. We need to know, and we need to see all these things, no?
Exactly. And I'm happy that you are having that awareness that yes, we need to live our life too.
Yeah, that's the very important thing. We need to live our life. We can't sacrifice that thing, no? That is more important. But during this time, we need to at least what I used to tell my husband is, more than having a property or a thing, for the children, we should educate them. We should give enough knowledge to sustain their self. They should live their own life. For that, we have to help them. The rest of the things we need to teach them, and we need to show them what are the things around us and what are the things available for us. One more thing we need to say, kids, the failure also. Nowadays, people are not able to face failures. That is one, because I see parents bringing up their child. You should be the first. You should win. You should do all these things. Parents should also say there is a life after failure. So I personally, even my batchmate who has won gold medal for throughout the MBBS careers, has lost his life in suicide. So that what we used to say, talk to someone who is around you, talk to your parents, talk to your friends, or make someone to listen what is going inside your mind, to lead a healthy life. And there is a life for everyone, and we have solution for everything. That is not the end, or not, that is not the thing. We have life behind everything. Not only success is life, failure is also life. Failure is learning part in life, which we need to do, get adapted, and everything goes off. Whatever people think or whatever people say, that goes off. If it is a marriage which has spent crores, will be talk of town only for 2 days. After the thing, everything will be forgotten. So that is life after failure. This thing I have to tell everyone. So even for a medical condition, there is a solution. We have solution when it is detected earlier. All these things.
And
Have a
many
routine
women after marriage, you know, like they are closed. They don't have an open circle. They have a closed circle. They forget about their friends whom they had in their college or school.
Luckily, I have all my friends in
That's
contact.
what I was trying to tell you. I see all your smiling photos with your friends. See, though you have a family, you have a husband, children, sharing with friends is something different. When you are with friends, you just let out all your feelings. You come back with a newborn feel. So that is a wonderful
So
thing I like.
during this, once this lockdown started, we have 4 friends from each batch.
Okay.
One is my junior, other 2 are from my senior, from my UG batch. We used to have time from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 in a day. We used to have a WhatsApp call, and we talk everything about the situation which is around and the patient, everything. That's actually a stress buster. You should
Yes.
have friends who is more supportive. And you should have a family or a man or a woman who is supporting to do all these things actually.
You have a
Ma'am,
huge
sorry for disturbance.
friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, some peoples are asking you the feedback link, ma'am. We checked YouTube.
It is there in the description. Ma. Go to that link. You can see in the description. So I think we can end the session now. Thank you so much. So see you
Thank you,
soon
ma'am.
in person.
Yeah.
Hope all the situations get better and we are all like before. No need to panic and be extra safe and see that everybody is safe. Pray for everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session which you have given me to share all the thoughts which I have.
It's
Thank
a
you.
privilege for me to have you in our session.
Thank you
It's
so
very,
much.
very happy day for me today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So participants will meet on 29th on our digital marketing session. Go to the YouTube link to see the further sessions what we are going to have. Thank you, ma'am. I'm ending the session.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.